Coyotes GM Bill Armstrong joining us in studio. Bill, first of all, it's great to see you. Does the hair ever come out of place? Ever? I've never seen it like an inch one way or the other way.
Do you know my kids? You know, they wait for me to fall asleep on the couch, and then they'll put me in a quick TikTok, or they'll put stickers in my hair being all over, you know, and it's more of a family thing, and then they'll post them, you know, at different places in the kitchen and that.
Dad's hair's out.
Dad's hair is out of play. Yeah, they keep me humble a little bit in the household, so not very often though. Around work, it usually stays in. Sure. Some of the players will say that's a nice. You get a lot of product in there today, huh?
Half the bucket, is that right?
Yeah,
I'm sure the guys give you a hard time from time to time.
Yeah.
Bill, what's this been like for you to take over this franchise? I mean, you had to really gut this thing and kind of start over. It really was a total change for you, wasn't it?
It was. It was almost a frightening experience to go through, because I'd come from an organization where we'd really been together for almost 16 years, and and everybody did their job, and we had a process that we did to get through tough decisions about hockey players and how to draft them, and all of a sudden, boom, I'm plopped into this new situation, and
that you wanted, right?
Yeah, that was my dream job, but I didn't have anybody around me that I knew, so it was quite frightening at the time. I think when I was able to go out, some of the first people that we went out and hired were amateur scouts, and that gave us a little bit of understanding of, and we were lucky. It was COVID, and we were just lucky to get some really quality people that came in that knew how to do the job. And once that we snapped those guys into place, I was like, okay, this is we got a chance. We got a chance to fight, and that was kind of the start of it. And I really have enjoyed the process. I like where we're at right now. It's getting to be the good times. It's getting to be where some of our good players or young players are coming in, and we've got a mix of old guys and some free agent guys. So it's going to be a fun time for the Yotes.
Did you ever think you'd get to this point where, like, you could see there's not a light at the end of the tunnel yet, but where you could start seeing progress and seeing building what you think is a good hockey team?
Well, there's different moments that you go into. I think we opened up my second season. We were 0-10, and we were flying after the game, and I looked over at our new coach. I thought he was going to die.
Bear,
I thought I was going to have to bring him back on the plane. He looked like he was white as a ghost. I just put my hand over and said, it's going to be okay. And in the back of my mind, I said, can we go 0-20? It was a rough experience to go through, but we were able to build some cultural things out of those seasons that and we were able to get some great draft picks and some great prospects out of those seasons. So there was something to gain. It was frightening to go through at the time, but now you can see the foundation come in and everything's starting to click with our coaching and our sports science and our analytics and our scouting. And it's really a huge organization behind the scenes, and it's really built with good people that want to make a difference.
When you look at this team, Bill, and you look at kind of what you've assembled, what are you most proud of?
There's different pieces that you're most proud of. I'm really excited about our guys like Krause and Keller and Schultz.
Guys that have been here.
Guys have been here, have bought into what our coach has been selling. They bought into the culture of to bleed in the desert. And I think that's probably one of the things I'm most proud of is those guys, just seeing them grow and get better and buying in to what coach was bringing. I'm proud of our coaches. They do a great job every day. They go out there and they make our players better. They've provided a great culture, a great environment for our young players to get better in. I'm most proud of the fact that every guy that's here wants to be here. Yeah. They want to be in the desert. They want to play for the Yotes. They want to play for the Arizona fans. That's a crucial thing, because you can't get involved and put your life on the line at a high speed blocking pucks at over 100 miles an hour unless you're 100% in. Like you got to be fully committed.
Yeah, Andre Turney, he's a guy that I hear about all the time, especially when you start talking with like true hockey folks who know the game.
Yeah.
I think when he was hired here, Bill, people were like, who is this guy? Why is his nickname Bear?
Yeah.
And then you see his effect on people.
Yeah.
And then you see what people say about him all over the globe.
Yeah.
It's impressive, isn't it?
It is. I mean, he has a great way of getting the most out of you, but not leaving a scar.
Sure.
Pushing you to get the most, believing in you, showing that he has confidence in you, but at the same time, not to the point where he crosses you. He has this saying where, sometimes I can be mad at the player, but I'm not that mad at the person.
Sure,
and that's where that shows his caringness and his understanding of people. And he's mastered his craft way back in Canada, coaching junior hockey, and now he's brought it to the NHL. And we're in a different world now. It's really a player's world about what we can do for the players to make them their best. and he's the perfect guy for the job.
How do you two interact? What's y'all's relationship? Do you ever go in his room and be like, Bill, Andre, this is how I want things done, or do y'all bounce things off each other? How does it work?
No, we're pretty good. I coached for a while, so I understand what it's like to be a coach and lose a game and be highly emotional after a game. I'll wait to the next day to kind of approach him when everything gets settled down.
So no after game debriefs or just.
Yeah, it's more, hey, what do we have to do after the game for the next day? And then if there's something that I think that I can add in, it's more of a next day thing. We have a good relationship that way. Bear's a smart coach. He's a smart person, and he does a great job. We both let each other kind of do each job. My job is to build the team, and I take input from Bear, and his job is to coach the team, and he takes input from me. So I think it's a really good working relationship that we have. There's not always good times because, when you're in the intense environment, that's what you signed up for, but what is there is respect inside our culture for the players, the coaches, and everybody treats each other with respect, and that's important.
Bill, one thing I've always appreciated about you is you're honest.
Yeah.
To the core.
Yeah.
And I don't know if GMs are always supposed to be as honest with you,
yeah.
but you're pretty honest. You've been upfront about this rebuild and the timeline it's going to take. And then at media day, you kind of labeled, hey, don't think we're a playoff team yet, but we're working to be that. Why be that honest when it comes to evaluating your team?
Well, it started when I first took over. I had to walk into a room and tell the proud people of Arizona and the diehard Coyote fans, hey, we're going to rebuild again. And they like, really? That's what your first saying is as a GM? We're rebuild again.
Yeah.
But I had to show them, and kind of, I think in this day and age, the more honest you are with your fan base and not trying to trick them, oh yeah, we're this good, and this is the stage that we're at. They have more empathy for your team and understand what you go through and what level you're going to be at. And those expectations are important to set with your fan base, because you certainly don't want to come in and say, hey, we're going to win the Stanley Cup this year and not even be close.
Yeah.
And our fans, I think, in the new wave of the entertainment through the Instagram, the Twitter, and everything, they're updated day to day on our progress. And I think they like to be a part of that. And I think they truly appreciate the honesty.
I swear you were a showman in your second life for a magician. You on that golden throne before the draft. Have you embraced that kind of side of hockey and the matching suits? There's a part to play, right?
Yeah. We have a lot of fun with it. I think that's a great thing for us. I always say about the suits, there's probably a quarter of the people at the draft that like it, and the other people hate it. But no matter what, they're talking about the Yotes.
Yeah.
So it's a
vibe, right?
It's a vibe. It's our culture when we come in. We're all matching, and everybody's expecting what are the Yotes going to wear. I'll tell you a funny story. We walked in the first year with the matching suits, and all 17,000 people in Montreal, including the scouting staff, just stopped. It was like, everybody, what is that? And we stopped traffic that day. In fact, when we came out of the draft, we were everywhere we went. People were like, you guys are the team with the matching suits. So hey, it's culture for us. Yotes needed culture, so that's one thing I tried to bring to them. It gives us our identity, our fight. We're a gritty organization, and we want to bleed in the desert, and we've got some culture to go with it.
Speaking of stopping traffic, Logan Cooley's done that since he got here, hasn't he? Like, has he jumped off the ice from you?
We don't want to hype, overhype people.
Sure.
The thing that you're going to love about Logan Cooley is that he's a hockey player inside and out. He comes to that rink, he just wants to get better every single day. That's his big thing, and he wants to win. He's hungry. If you look in his eyes, he's got that hunger in his eyes. He wants to play. He wants to show the world how good he is, and he wants to make his team even better. And he wants a chance to win a championship with the Yotes. And from the moment we met him, we were in love not only with the person but the player. Everything that he stood for, we stood for. And we'd go in depth when we drafted him. We met his family and his mom and his dad, and just sitting with them before we draft him, we're like, oh, can you believe we got a chance to get this kid? And the family matched up with the player's personality and his beliefs. So it's really an exciting time for Yotes fans to go out and watch him and play. He's an exciting player. I would just tell you, I don't think he even shaves yet. So he's got a long way to go before he reaches his peak. But he's going to have some exciting moments. He's going to have some moments where, he looks like he's figuring out the NHL too.
All rookies do that.
All
the first
rookies
couple
do.
Of years.
Yeah,
no matter what.
They do, and he's going to have some ups and downs. But we love his approach. We love him on our team, and we're ecstatic about drafting him and being part of our family.
Will we see a captain this year?
It's a good question. What's the rush?
True.
What's the rush? Maybe we're doing it right. Maybe you only need 3 assistants, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way we do.
You guys have done it different this whole time. Why?
Yeah. I mean, we buy into the whole thing. This is our players. When we interview people sometimes to bring into our dressing room, the coach interviews them, I interview them, and then the players interview them.
Sure.
Everybody's got to be bought into what we're selling here, and so we have 3 assistants. They're all leaders. So who says we need a captain?
I like it. And I know you don't build arenas, you build teams.
Yeah.
Any kind of just in you that wants to see that get done as soon as possible, right?
Well, I visualize that new rink every day. I can tell you that, and I yearn for it.
You guys talk about it? I mean, it's just,
we do. That's a big part. We love Arizona. Like, our staff loves to be in Arizona. We want to have our team here. We want to succeed. We want to have playoffs with whiteouts, and we want to do it in a 19,000 seat arena with screaming fans from Arizona.
So you've seen that video back in the day where the place is just
we have a picture in our hockey ops with that, and that's our main goal. We want to get back to playoffs. We want to do it in a whiteout. That's Arizona culture. That's Coyote hockey. Get into the playoffs with the whiteout. That's unique, and that can make us great and build our fan base even better than it is now. And I think we got some exciting young players with a mix of old and the right mentality, the right culture. We've got a chance.
All right, when you look at this team, Bill, what can they do this year? What do you think that they can all mesh and get done this year? What can fans see on the ice? I guess that's the question people want to know.
There's some things that I can't answer. Sure. I went to the analytical people, I went to the scouts, I went to other people in the organizations. I said, how good are we? Nobody could tell me how good we're going to be. So, I can't answer that. I know this: we're going to be better than last year.
Yeah.
I know we're going to fight harder. When you come to watch us, we're going to play hard.
That's what Bear talks about. This team will be more competitive than we've seen probably in a decade.
We're way more skilled. There's some weakness a little bit here and there, but there's a lot of strengths to this team. You come see us, you're going to get your money's worth every night because we're going to bleed in the desert.
Have you hit the fast forward on the rebuild at all? Or
nope, we're right on plan. We're right. We draw it out, and we've drawn it out and we stay to that plan, and we're going into phase 2. This is the exciting time where you're putting young players in, and your team's getting better, and you're growing. You're not quite there yet, but you're seeing glimpses of hope here, and you're seeing some good young players take the ice and fighting with our culture.
Get you out here on this. Did you recover from Australia? And I mean recover from sleep-wise. That's 17-hour time difference.
That's
crazy.
I travel all the time, and I'm like this guru of travel where I don't get tired, and we come back from Australia, and I'm absolutely exhausted, and my wife came back, and she didn't have one bit of jet lag. So I don't know what it was. It was a great experience for us to go over there. It was incredible to be over there and play over there. It was such a team bonding. They loved us over there. There was people from Australia wearing Yotes jersey, and we fell in love. As much as they fell in love with us, we fell in love with them and their culture, and they were just great people. And we played good hockey, and we played a good hockey team over there. So for our guys to kind of spend that much time together, whether it be on the plane or in the airport or at the rink, this early on was just huge for us. It bonds us as an organization, and you get to know each other a little bit better.
Bill, thanks so much for the time. Now, just half a bucket, right?
Half a bucket,
okay.
That's it.
Thanks, buddy.